going on with y'all boys, man? It's DJ Cuts back at it with another video. Today I got y'all boys with another tutorial. Let's get into it. So we're gonna start this haircut off by combing everything out and getting it ready to be knocked down, because he is cutting it down to 2.5 on top. Now we're gonna go ahead and go in with our 2-guard open, knocking that hair down to that 2.5 length that he wanted, going with the cream. You want to make sure that you go over the head multiple times with your guard, so you make sure you didn't miss any spots in the beginning. Now we're going in with our trimmers, setting in our first guideline right before we get to the top of the ear. Now we going in with our 2-guard all the way close, just taking off bulk so we can go ahead and start that fade. After that, we're gonna go in with our lever all the way open, going up 1/2 inch. And what I like to do is take my guidelines out right away. So that's what you're seeing me do here. Now to start that fading process, we're gonna go ahead and go in with our 1.5 guard right below that 2 area. We got our 1 guard all the way closed, going up 1/2 inch, and the higher we go, the more we open the lever, so now we can blend it all the way in. Now that we got that, we're gonna go in with our 1/2 guard, and go ahead and blend that area out from the lever open to the 1 guard closed. When you blend this area, you want to make sure that you're flicking out so you don't accidentally set in another guideline, because then you're going to have to push the fade up. Y'all see I took the 1/2 guard off to do some detail work with the lever open to get any dark spots that I had seen. Now it's the same process with the back. We're going to go in with the 2 guard closed, just debulking, getting all that extra hair out the way so we can start our fading process. Next, we're gonna go ahead and set in that ball guideline with the trimmers. And I like to use the bottom of the earlobes as a reference point to where to set in that guideline. Now we're gonna go ahead and go in with our lever open. And because we're in the back, we're gonna go up a full inch. And now we putting it halfway. Cause like I said, I like to knock them guidelines out as soon as I put them in. And we're gonna close it gradually until it's gone. Now we're gonna go in with our 1.5 to blend in that 2 area and start the fading process going down. And when setting in your guidelines, you want to ensure that you're going over it multiple times so you can see the hair that you're cutting off. Y'all see, now we got our 1 guard closed, going in to blend in that area from the lever open to that 1.5 area. You want to make sure that you flicking out when you do this. You also want to make sure that you open it the higher you go up. Now we're gonna go ahead and take out that last guideline with our half guard on, and you want to make sure that you're flicking out and ensure that you use the corners so you don't set any more guidelines in. Now we got our lever all the way open, and we doing some detail work, taking out any dark spots that we see. And you want to make sure that you use the corner of the blade when you do this. Now we got our 1 guard closed, just knocking off any extra hair that we see to make that fade look cleaner. Now we got our 1.5 guard on, just knocking down any hairs that we see that's there, that don't need to be there, to get that area ready for the lineup. Now we getting into that neckline, and when you do this, you want to make sure that you're using the corner of the blades around the top of the ear so that you don't cut into the hair on accident. And when you put that line in there, that's when you're gonna see that fade start to come together. You also want to make sure that you brushing it down and going over it multiple times so you can make sure that you got all the hairs. Now we're going in with our holding spray to keep them hairs nice and still when we get ready to do the lineup. And this also gives it that nice crispy look that everybody likes. And you want to make sure that you brush it down while it dries up for it to work. Now we're going to go in with our trimmers, start the hairline in the middle, then work our way to the left, then to the right. And when you do this, you want to make sure that you brushing the hair down and going over them lines multiple times to ensure that you get every hair possible. Now we're gonna go ahead and tap in his C-cup and his vertical bar. And and his vertical bar on his right side was very light, and we didn't want to push it back, so we just hit that light spot, and we're going to enhance the cut later. And just like that front line, you want to make sure that you brush the C cup in the vertical bar multiple times, making sure that you get every hair possible. Because that light shining on it, that vertical bar look a little more lighter than it did look to me, but it's just because the light's on it. But when we get into the enhancements, you're gonna see the difference. Now we're gonna go ahead and get into our enhancements. We're gonna use our carb and use our fibers and enhance the light spot so that we can make it look more full. And now you should be able to see what I was talking about when I said that the light was on it. But we're gonna go ahead and hit the C cups a little bit too. Now we're gonna go ahead and hit a couple spots on the front line just to make sure that everything looks nice and full. And now we're gonna get into his mustache. You really just wanna follow his natural line. You wanna use your pointer finger as a guide so that you're not touching their lip for sanitary purposes. You just keep it around their chin area. Use it as a guide. And here go a little glimpse of the cut right here. Y'all see it's looking crispy. Now we're gonna go in with our razor. And you wanna make sure your clients recline back when doing this. It makes it 100 times more easier. And you just wanna stretch the skin and make sure you angle that razor at a 35-degree angle when doing this. Be real careful when doing this. And what this is going to do is it's going to give it that final touch, get all that excess hairspray, fibers, any type of thing like that, and give it that crispy look. But y'all see the cut, man. As y'all boys can see, we got my boy looking right together. Crazy transformation. If y'all like this video, leave a like, comment what y'all want me to do next. Make sure y'all hit that sub button. It's only up from here. We out.